Guy channel. The Car Guy channel. My name is Mike Hennessy. This show is all about cars and all four car guys. Get yourself a cold beer. Get yourself a cold beer, guys, because our show is... We are smoking! I'm Mike Hennessy, and you're watching the Car Guy channel. I have an auto repair shop. I've been in the business for over 30 years. You name it, we got it, we built it, we've done it, we do it. We love this car stuff, and I hope you guys do too. We're gonna have a lot of fun, got a lot of stuff cooking, so just stay tuned.
Baby, baby, looks like it's gonna hail.
Welcome to the Car Guy channel. We got a very special and unusual and a lot of very cool stuff today going on. I got a 51 Ford pickup truck that I have to show you. Got to have a real neat collection of two cars with a LaSalle and a 1951 Ford, the new F-Series. We're going to talk all about that and show you guys some pretty neat things and pretty neat tidbits about them. I just think trucks are absolutely cool. If you guys got a truck or something you want to get on the Car Guy channel, get a hold of me over at carguychannel.com. We'll return an email, return a phone call. And there's something else. There's a special invitation. A lot of shop owners today was able to get to go down to a big new warehouse by National Parts Warehouse and Winchester Auto Parts. I'm telling you, a neat showdown. There's a lot of things you don't do. Don't touch any of the parts in this warehouse, believe me. There's a lot of new and really cool stuff. And don't touch that dial. Sit down, get yourself a cold one, and check out all this really cool stuff.
You gotta jump jiving, then you gotta jump jiving, then you gotta jump jiving. Then you gotta jump jiving, then you gotta jump jiving.
Instead of Car of the Week, we got Truck of the Week, a 1951 Ford F-Series truck. The neat part about this truck is, like all the stuff I get, I always like a story. Frank went ahead and did a full, complete frame-off restoration in this vehicle here somewhere back in the 90s. But when he had this truck running and driving, drove it back and forth to work, he taught Tina how to drive in 1980. Took this truck to a parking lot, put Tina behind the wheel, and he told her, honey, if you can drive a 6-cylinder 1951 Ford truck with 3-speed on the tree, you can drive anything. She looked at her dad, got behind the wheel, and Tina drove this around. This is what she learned to drive on. And of course, a lot of gals, some guys, they give their cars a nickname. She called the car Daisy May. She loved it. And it was very hard for her to probably get rid of this vehicle. Her father passed away somewhere in the late 90s, and it was in storage with the LaSalle, and I was fortunate to be able to buy it, the collection from them, and we've got this thing running, and I got to show this to you because I got a lot of things to show you on this truck. I want to check out the under the hood because I think you're really going to like it. Before I open the hood of this, I got to tell you guys quite a bit about the F-Series truck. In 1948 was the very first year of the F-Series truck. 1948 all the way to 1952, they did a little bit of design change from 51 to 52 in these type of trucks, but the earlier cars is when they really started out making a truck. They saw the market that knows they want to go some options of these. Now, they didn't have really a lot of options, not at all with these things. They actually, the whole marketing field with these was called a bonus-built truck. These bonus-built trucks had all sorts of 5-star options, 5-star deluxe options, and they weren't really big options if you could think about what I'm talking about. Extra foam for the seats, chrome around some of the windshield. They had a V8 and they had a 6-cylinder. This car here happens to have a 6-cylinder. Let's take a look under the hood. Underneath the hood of this is a flathead 6-cylinder engine. Now, they had a couple options for the F-Series trucks, only basically two. You had the 6-cylinder, which is a 228 cubic inch engine. 228 cubic inches was roughly about 95 horsepower. The interesting thing was the V8 was 235 cubic inch with 100 horsepower. Figure 5 horsepower more on a V8. But people seem to really go for the V8s. I do too. But keep something in mind that not a lot of people know about a lot of cars in the 40s. Then we go over to the battery over here on the right. You're going to see that the battery, it is positive ground. It's confused mechanics for many, many years. Ford dealerships, a lot of manufacturers that was dealing with the positive ground system. It confused a lot of people. But you guys are restoring these trucks and trying to do them right. Go to a positive ground system or pull out your owner's manual. It can tell you really quite a bit about it. But these right here had generators. The generators on the bottom down here, that's all the options they had. There was no power steering. There was no power brakes. This right here had a single 1-barrel carburetor with an oil bath air cleaner. So you filled the oil inside there. As the air came in, the oil would go ahead and clean it. You change the oil just like you would change the motor oil in the car. 1951 had very few options, just like I was mentioned earlier, about all types of things they offered for trucks. But there's some aftermarket things you can get on for the headlights. I call these these are just like baseball cap overlays over the lights. They're kind of neat. They have a little bit of a reflector here on the top. It's brimmed off in a black rubber. It's kind of an add-on item. A lot of guys do, and a lot of add-on stuff is on the license plates. You don't see this too much, but these were a reflector. They could do anything they can do to go ahead and create safety. Back in the earlier years, you got to give them some credit. When they went ahead and went with the 3 bullets in the front, and they had an option for these was called an argent texture to it. This happens to be white, so the option of having these painted the argent, which is kind of a silverish color, was not on this truck. It didn't come with those options. Now, in the 5-star deluxe series of options, believe it or not, dual locks and armrest were an option. This truck does not have armrest, and it only has the lock on the passenger side door to lock it. You lock it from the inside, you slide on over, and this is where you key. So you only have one lock on this particular truck on the passenger side door handle. And you can tell, no locks here. And believe it or not, having dual mirrors is considered an option. Most guys bought them at dealerships afterwards or some of the auto parts stores. This right here is a chrome mirror. This right here is an add-on, of course. And, of course, this right here was an add-on also. This right here was the spotlight, finding addresses or whatever you kind of needed to use it for. They're really great for the drive-in, too. And check out all the hot amenities inside this car. Has a single visor for the driver's side, but you notice they're not going to spend any extra money and put a visor on the passenger side. When you see up here, you see this right here is called the sound deadening material. This right here is a factory setup that's put into this vehicle. This right here keeps the sound down. This right here is an add-on turn signal system for a 1951 Ford truck, and it probably went on cars all the way up into the 60s that did not have turn signals. In the 5-star deluxe package, foam seating, believe it or not, was an option. This year actually has foam seating in it. We don't know if that was an option for this particular truck when it was sold in 51, but this does have foam seating to make it more comfortable. They actually had a 2-tone seat, would have made it more on the correct version, but I think this here looks absolutely spectacular. It's the right material. It's the right way to go. I feel this is the way this truck here was ordered straight from the factory. I've saved one of the major coolest, and I mean the coolest option you actually can get for one of these. The percentage of vehicles sold in the years of any cars that actually had radios into them, especially a farm truck, a pickup truck, utility truck, a usable truck, they use these. People didn't use them for just going back and forth to work. These were really used for usability. This vehicle here actually has a factory radio, and having a factory radio I think is a spectacular option. And the other part about it, the radio works. Having a radio work in one of these cars is just totally pretty much unheard of. There's people who are restoring them, but having it in here and installed, I think it's one of the coolest options you can get in here. Now here's something that you can really compliment Ford on. Here is an iconic way of script writing that has not changed with the Ford Motor Company. This has been on since the earliest Ford model cars all the way up until today, and seen on the back of a Ford truck and highlighted it in black. This was all done in black. This was not done from the factory, but what a great touch from the restorer that went ahead and did that. I love the color. It's kind of a nice, real soft mint green color. But the neat thing about 1951, 51 is when they had toward the last years of 51 coming into 52, they changed all the beds. The beds in the earlier years used to be metal. These were the first years when they came wood. And this right here is a solid oak, and it's all restored oak bed. Now, guys and gals, if that's not beautiful, tell me what is. That is fantastic. Again, seeing the way the license plates were put on with the reflectors, that's very retro and very period correct. But you got a chrome license plate light. Now, not all vehicles had a license plate light. I have a feeling this right here was added on from a parts house, or could have got through the dealers, would have sold them and installed them. This right here is a heavy-duty, like we used to call them, the Barden bumpers. This right here is a factory heavy-duty bumper, and the hole was set up for a tow bar, and it could slide inside if you wanted to go ahead and put a pin on it if you had a ranch that had that type of towing facility. I'm telling you, this right here is pretty neat. I want to go over the restoration on this vehicle because I think it was done excellent. For 1951 Ford, they did a lot of detail work, and I really like detail. When you see the nuts and bolts just like this, no one just spray painted over this vehicle, not at all. They did a really nice job. I got to tell you, this thing right here is absolutely a gas to drive, thumbs up all day long, and you know you can't go wrong with a truck. Trucks are always cool. I wish I could say my shop did the restoration work on this. This is done excellent, a very, very good, high quality. A frame-off restoration, a 1951 Ford truck, that's a great project to do. The neat thing about these Ford trucks, these were the best-selling vehicles back in the 50s. It was the hottest and the biggest selling vehicle out there. Hey, we got a couple more things to go on the road. Let's take this thing right over here and see some good buddies of mine over at Winchester, and let's go on a field trip. San Jose Nights this year is going to be at Reed Hillview Airport. I'm telling you guys and gals, this is going to be absolutely one fantastic event. The neat part about the event, it's free to the public. We're trying to pull off a lot of free events for the public to come to and to be able to go to Reed Hillview Airport and see all the stuff going on. The show is all about charity, which we're going to be having over 200 booths of all the STEM from students all over the state of California. And of course, we have all sorts of some of our great quality vendors and bands. We have 3, maybe 4 top local bands going to play all day long. So come with some of the arts today and some of the aviation that we got going on, and of course all the cars. The show's going to be featuring this year the Mustang. Yes, the Mustang. We are definitely featuring the 50 years of Mustang. Mustang hit the market big back in 1964 and a half. We got to throw that half mark in there. But this is the year of the celebration for the car. We're inviting all Mustangs, and take a look at this award. We had a special plaque completely made out of resin. It weighs over a pound. It's about 6.5 inches by 7.5 inches. It's absolutely spectacular. There's a mount on it. You can keep it on the table, the counter, your office, or hang it on the wall. Every Mustang owner that fills out an application, every Mustang participant guy gets this award coming to the show. Planes going to be flying in and out all day, all the cars, and even the regular cars that are coming to get involved in this event. Yes, I got an award for you guys too. Look at the snapshot of the award. You're going to see exactly what we're going to be handing out. Mustangs. We have a separate area strictly designed for you guys. Get your Mustangs out there. Get them down to the show because we had a lot of things happen. Let's check out a couple of our items here. Guys and gals, I'm going to take you guys through a field trip that's absolutely phenomenal. National Parts Warehouse has merged with Winchester Auto Parts. Yes, they both have merged into a huge warehouse. I can't even tell you how large this place is. They invited us today, so a special, and I mean a special open house, kind of a grand opening-ish type thing, free lunch for all jobbers, which are people who own auto repair shops. What this is going to help you guys that don't own an auto repair shop is that you can get your parts from this type of warehouse, actually through Winchester Auto Parts, your supplier, but we recommend Winchester because they are partners in this particular program. No one has ever been invited here before. This is totally brand new. They're going to take us through this warehouse, and I'm going to show you guys stuff that you probably have never seen, new stuff, late model stuff that's being recreated and redesigned, remanufactured, rebuilt. All sorts of things are out there, new to car guys for old school and new school. I'm telling you, follow me and check this thing here out. I'm standing next to my supervisor, which I don't really have too many supervisors without my wife here. My supervisor of Winchester Auto Parts, the man who's in charge of my account at Winchester. Rod, how you doing?
Great, Mike. Glad to have you come down.
Hey, glad to be down here. Now, what you guys have put on today, what you're doing really for the shop owners, guys like myself, you know, I'm an end user. This is a pretty neat gig you guys did. You're going to create this and keep it going more often?
Absolutely. This is our first annual open house, and we plan on doing this in the future. This is such a great success, and it's great to have all these people down here.
Now, are you going to be, now I notice the warehouse is big. You got a lot of things going on here today. Now, you guys have mixed with Speed Warehouse. Is that correct? Tell me how that works.
That's correct. We have a joint venture with Speed Warehouse right now, and they're allowing us to operate our business within their warehouse on a wholesale basis. And this way we get 80,000 square feet of parts from the warehouse to the store, and it's expedited. Our turnaround time on these is less than an hour to get parts from the warehouse to the store. So if you're a retail customer, you get your parts right away. If you're a wholesale customer, it's delivered to your door instantly.
So my customer, a guy at your shop, Mr., you know, people I think be watching this, a guy walks to the counter, Mr. Joe Blow, he orders that part. You guys can get that here in the Bay Area because you are joined up.
Absolutely.
So our end user, like guys like myself, the guy at home, everybody wins and benefits from this, don't they?
Absolutely. This is the new landscape for auto parts now. If people want tangible goods in hand, and this is the way we provide it. This is the service that Winchester puts out for our customers.
Rockin' and a rollin', rockin' and a
I knew if there was an open house for free lunch, Corky, you'd be here.
You got it. I'll take any food for free.
Any food for free.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been buying parts from Winchester Auto Parts?
Oh, several years, 15, 20 years.
Long time, huh?
Long time, yeah.
And this
Yeah.
new warehouse is kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty close, too.
Hey, now, where's your place at?
1169 North 5th Street. It's
Yeah.
called Teddy Auto Repair.
Teddy Auto. Now, what type of stuff you guys doing there?
Everything, diagnostics, tires, wheels, brakes, tune-ups, anything but paint and gas.
Now, coming down here is pretty cool. This warehouse is going to be kind of the new big gig for guys like you and I, isn't it?
Yeah, if they're busy with delivery trucks, we can come and pick up our own parts, and it took us 5 minutes to get here.
Yeah, for us, for the speed stuff, we do a lot of speed stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
mixing
Yeah,
with
this is it,
speed,
yeah.
that's why we're here today to check this stuff out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey, how was your free lunch today at Winchester Auto Parts?
Actually, it was pretty good.
Hey, now, where's your shop at?
Shop's located on 3490 McKee Road, called McKee Auto Care.
And then, what is this warehouse going to do to help your business?
This warehouse actually is going to make hopefully the delivery a lot quicker, efficient, which let my guys do their job without waiting on parts. And the faster they get there, the quicker we get the cars back to the customer. Everybody's happy.
If I have an old school where there's not computer catalog,
Yeah.
I always get Winchester because other parts guys, they don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know it. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's what we need when we go to shop. We need these guys to know what they're doing.
Exactly.
That's half the job.
Counter at Winchester know what they're doing, which they're doing a really good job at that.
They do a great job. Hey, we're just going to check out some more stuff. A lot of parts, high ones, slow ones, fast ones, all kinds of ones. So come all out. Hey, bud, Mike Hennessy, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, good to see you guys here. This thing's all dialed in like mini SEMA, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a really good turnout. I'm amazed.
Hey, the free lunch
It's
isn't
the
too
first
bad, is
time
it?
I've been here. Yeah, so they set me right in front of the food.
They
Yeah.
put you in front of the hamburgers and stuff.
With the warranties out nowadays, it's like BMW, Mercedes. You don't see them in the aftermarket shops for like 5 years.
And you guys got it.
But we probably wait about 3 years before we start bringing it out. And a lot of the stuff that we make high durability, we wait to see how many probably ports there are so we can redesign it.
Redesign it and make it a little bit better.
Yeah, there's certain items that always seem to be a problem area in the car.
So you guys, that's what the show's all about. Show guys, teach guys like us, shop owners, what's out there, what's available. And I personally would not have known that that's out there. I have a shop. We do a lot of restoration work. We work on late model, old model. And I see you're out here, and it's pretty neat to see you guys here today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, it's pretty cool that we've got somebody in the local area that really knows speed parts, can handle speed parts. They're carrying everything from Elderbrock, all the new electronic ignition stuff, FI, the add-on FI, all kinds of stuff. And there's something out there that's kind of pretty cool. If you guys, street rod guys, know about the old 97s, an old reproduction, Stromberg 97, done by Elderbrock. Pretty cool. Hey, Mike Hennessy, how you doing?
Good, Pat Chavs.
Hey,
How are you?
Patch, how are you? I think you got purple, you got gauges, you got alternator starters. What do you got here today?
We're performance. I'm a performance rep for all of these factories that you see here, and our Royal Purple Synthetic is a high quality, high film strength oil, which we have for late model, early model, and almost every type of application that you may need as far as getting the proper lubrication value to that motor.
But I think it's kind of neat, Patch, here in our local area. We're covering stuff that here on the side of, what we call, the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, you guys are bringing this stuff here. So street rodders and shops like mine that do old school, new school, all the kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. You guys are out here displaying this to us.
Absolutely, and we're very happy to be here. And every product you see here is made here right in America, putting Americans to work. The Autometer is probably the number one series gauge, which we have several series. Made in America that's used in racing and NASCAR, NHRA. And it's probably the biggest percentage you'll see in any car will be Autometer gauges.
And even my world, the aftermarket world.
Yes, in every part of it.
I never met a girl can make me feel the way that you do. You're alright. Whenever I'm asked what makes my dreams real, I say that you do. You're out of sight. Now 3, 5, 4, 4, 4. Look out, baby, 'cause here I come. And I'm bringing you a love that's true, so get ready, get ready. Gonna try to make it love with you, so get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. On my way. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Wanna play
How big is this warehouse?
Well, it's kind of like a Costco. It's 80,000 square feet of auto parts, but this is definitely the playland for the big boys.
Well, I like to fill it with some cars. I don't think I could put a dent in this place.
No, I don't think you could, but originally thought 80,000 square feet might not be enough for auto parts, and it's full. We have everything.
What I think is really cool, because I do a lot of old school, we tackle the new school stuff, but I'm telling you, getting somewhere here in the Bay Area, it's kind of neat that you got all these companies out here showing people like me that might not be able to get to SEMA every year. And if you guys don't know, SEMA is a huge thing over in Las Vegas, and giving a lot of guys that don't really have the opportunity to go, bring their employees over here. You guys put a lunch on for them, and they're able to meet all the standard ignition is here. We got Parts Master Rotors, got pretty much about everything. Eldebrock, you guys got everything here for us guys to see, touch, and feel. This stuff's kind of neat.
Yeah, we brought all the big vendors out here. We thought it'd be a real bonus for the customers to be able to come down and meet these people in person and talk about the goods and find out what's truly available from an auto parts store. You know, you just don't get that perspective when you walk in the store, what's going on in the background, and this brings it to the customer.
Hey guys, now I'm going to introduce you to somebody you probably don't know his face, but you probably read a lot of his articles and stuff, and it's Parts and People, or People and Parts?
Parts and People.
Parts and People. Hey, Mike Hennessy, how you doing, Steve?
Hi, Steve Sharp, Parts and People.
You're down here today interviewing Winchester Auto Parts, Speed Warehouse, and that's kind of a pretty good gig they're doing here today.
Oh yeah, it's a great place, opportunity for the jobbers and installers to come down and check this out. Meet with the factory representatives, see the latest products.
Sure. It'd be kind of neat to get everybody out now. This right here is the first time that I know of that they've done this here.
Yeah, Steve Cameron told me this first time in 38 years they've had the opportunity to say thank you to their customers.
38 years.
In this fashion.
38 years. I've been in the business pretty close to that. But hey, this really neat. You came out here today and did an article on them, and then we got Rod here in the background. I think he found something for me. On the show, I don't get paid to do anything, but all of a sudden, Rod seemed to dig up a shirt. What does it say on it? What do you think it says?
I bet it says Winchester Auto Parts.
These guys don't miss a chance to do anything. Check out his magazines. Check out Winchester Auto Parts. Let's get back and check out the rest of the booth, you guys. Hey, Mike Hennessy from the Car Guy channel. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good. How you doing?
Good, Mike.
Good. Scoot in close to the bar. Apparently, he's heard that before. He was okay with that. Hey, what a turnout today this thing has been for Winchester to put this thing on.
Yeah, super turnout.
Now, you made a point. Somebody asked a couple questions. We heard in the background. What you guys are doing today, you guys are a distributor. Now, explain what you do.
Well, we sell to the warehouse here. Then the warehouse will sell to Winchester Auto. Then Winchester Auto sells it to the end user or to the installer.
And then your product is what?
Brake rotors and brake drums.
And we all need brake rotors and brake drums.
It helps stop your car.
Now it's almost cheaper today. Instead of, I do a lot of old school. We have a Amco brake lathe that we don't even turn on that much, for doing. No, these guys are both laughing at me. Yes, I have an Amco brake lathe. You know what an Amco brake lathe is?
Yes.
Yes.
They know what it is. It spins, goes around, and all that stuff. But you just don't do it anymore because rotors are so. You got them priced pretty good now.
Well, plus the tolerances. They don't want you cutting these any thinner. OE sets it up with the thickness of the rotor, and that's where they should be.
That's the way it's going to be. And then you got parts that are. I was looking at your table here. You got stuff here that normally you'd consider going to the dealer to buy.
Exactly. Have to be our Tech Smart line. It's a lot of newer technology items, stuff you think you'd have to go to the dealership to get, but it's available here locally through Winchester Auto.
Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes. Giddy up, for a ride. Before I knew there would be a time. Giddy up, for a ride. When I would buy a brand new 401.
Your staff is kind of what makes Winchester Auto Parts work. And I'm not saying that because I buy my parts from you, but I don't know of too many auto parts stores that actually have educated, talented guys who knows what they're doing than Winchester Auto Parts. All your stores do. I bought some guys here. Well, I think the public needs to know, but you guys train your guys. You just don't get a guy that just says, I know how to change oil, and you put him behind the counter.
From car guy to car guy, you hit the nail on the head. Our employees are all car guys. They didn't just come to do a job. They came here because they're car guys, and this is their passion. This is their interest. This is what they do. And when you walk up to the counter at a Winchester store or you call them on the phone, those are professionals answering your questions. And these guys have been doing it for years. They know the answers, and if they don't have the answer, they know how to find that answer for you.
Now in the Bay Area, we can get stuff that really works. We can touch it and feel it, see it, and where we're at today. Hey, my name is Mike Hennessy.
Mike, Ron Bissett.
Hey, Ron, I kind of held you for last a little bit because you kind of got a product that we kind of work a little bit into using, some of the up-to-date brake stuff on these cars. Guys updating them. We had a guy coming up to you talking about some high horsepower car he's got and pretty much what I call bench racing, because that's what we do. We do a lot of bench racing.
Centric Parts is a major brake manufacturer. We're based out of Southern California. We're also Stop Tech, which is our OE side of our business. So we're OE on a lot of high-end applications: Roush Mustang, Callaway Corvette, Dodge Viper,
Hennessy Viper,
yes. So we do a lot of kit upgrades. So we're going to have all your powder-coated rotors and calipers to dress up the vehicle, not only for appearance but also for stopping.
And you guys know when I go ahead and build the cars at our shop, we talk about them every week. I stress a big word on the show that is always is safety. Safety is a big deal, and getting it done right. You know, I've seen a lot of crazy things out there. You know, a beautiful brake system, and the guy still has a cable to operate the caliper.
Right.
You know, using rear calipers as emergency brakes on the front does not work.
And what we hear, and in fact, the gentleman that was just here, it was all about horsepower. All he could tell me about is how fast that car went, but he couldn't say anything about how it stopped. So, you know, I definitely want to be behind the guy, not in front of him. That's for sure.
We do a lot of some of the exotic stuff. We got some early model Testarossas that we work on, and handling brake pads from those front to rear, and they get a little bit of pricey. And you guys have some kits for this stuff.
We do. We specialize in a lot of the late model application stuff. We don't do any of the older car, the 55s and 56 and the 60 application stuff. We're all about the newer cars where we can really enhance the vehicle.
So old.
Yeah, well, you know, those are really ancient vehicles,
we
right?
talked to a guy earlier, and he goes, "Yeah, we're working a lot of the old school stuff." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Some in the 70s."
Oh, ouch.
I went, "Oh my God, you got to be kidding me! Stuff in the 70s? You got to be kidding me!" Hey, I want to thank you for coming out here today,
Great. Mike. Thanks very much.
Oh, now letting people know really what we kind of got here. I'm just excited about people in the Bay Area. It helps businesses like mine out there to the public. If they see a little bit of what you got, they know what to buy to let me install it.
Right.
And then they buy it from you.
They buy it from us. That's great. That's what we want.
That's how this works. Hey, we got a lot
great.
more stuff to check out. You guys just rock and roll. Some of the neat things I've been able to find, because I do a lot of retro stuff and stuff. This is Mike Hennessy. How are you doing?
Tim Talaferro.
How
I'm
you
doing great.
Good. And your name?
Lon Hansen.
Hey, Lon, how you doing? Hey, walking by and seeing you two guys, maybe stop. You got some vintage stuff, then you carry automatic transmission stuff, that exhaust manifold for the rear exit exhaust for Chevrolet?
Yes, we do. And we have updated all our catalogs. Now we're at 100% fill rate on all this stuff, from the flywheels to the cables, which a lot of people don't have any cables. There's only 2 suppliers, and we're one of the few suppliers on the cables.
And it's toward the end of the day, and he's still selling. Hey, now, what caught my eye beside his manifold was this early model carburetor.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool, because I have a shelf full of these. And you were shocked that I said that.
I was. And I might be by there to get them from you.
Well, we might be finding a way to do it. My buddy Mark's in the background. He looks and goes, "Mike, that looks like the one supposed to be on my Bel Air wagon." That's the truth.
That's actually, it'll fit a Bel Air.
What you guys are doing here today, why we're here, is we're being able to show the public and guys like myself what's available to me as being a shop. I did not know that this right here was available. I did not know that that manifold was being remade. And having you guys here today is a pretty good deal. Guys, there's a lot of stuff out there that we can buy, and going through the warehouse, seeing all sorts of really cool stuff. Seeing the vintage carburetors, the distributors, they got all sorts of stuff they remanufactured. So we're able to buy remanufactured parts again. A lot of times this throwaway stuff just doesn't make it. I think they're doing a service for the car industry and the parts, and for you and me. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That 51 Ford truck was absolutely, and I mean it was spectacular. I hope you enjoyed that. And then I hope you learned a lot from going through the warehouse and showing all the new stuff that's available for us guys out there in the parts world. And of course, Hot Tennessee Night's coming up, and it is bigger and bolder than ever. Mustang guys, get your cars in there. Get those applications in so we can get those awards ordered up for everybody for July 12th over at Reed Hillview Airport. So you guys, get them in there, get ready to go, and I'll see you guys at the next show. God bless you, and take care.
Learn how to drive and well. You gotta jump jiving, then you gotta jump jiving, then you gotta jump jiving.